Hello, beautiful souls. It is 11:44, November 20th, 2025, in this new moon Scorpio portal. Hope everyone is doing well. My name is Tanya. I'm here to bring through whatever decides to bring through from higher consciousness, share some journaling, share my experiences this morning so far. And again, we're just here to share our energy, our frequency. It doesn't have to make sense. It doesn't have to have a rhyme or reason. If your soul is in resonance, you'll continue to stay and watch and be curious to see what decides to come out today. If I don't forget, I'll pull some oracle cards as well. And if I don't get to it in this video, it'll be in other videos. A lot has come through. I had to stop many times this morning to journal things that were just kind of coming in. And yes, I hope you're doing well. Everyone's at different experiences for this portal, for this activation, for this journey, okay? So don't judge yourself. Don't compare yourself. You are perfect just the way you are. You are not broken. You are here right on time, okay? You are here right on time, all right? All right. So again, as always, I intend that this video reach those that need to reach them, reach those that need to be reached in their now present moment, because we are constantly changing. Who I was when I woke up this morning is not who I am now. I've already expanded and changed within those hours, those times, those minutes. Okay. So just understand that. And if you get this video today, tomorrow, in a year, just know that you were meant to receive it when you were meant to receive it, in perfect timing, in divine timing. And know that you're not alone. Okay, you're not alone, all right? And there's a reason why Higher Consciousness Source has had a lot of us do this 111 days of sharing our energy and frequency, and this would be day 10. So 1 0 1 1 1. I was meant to do that because I share a lot of number key codes with people, and I will share some of those number key codes. So just pay your attention, listen, maybe jot them down, and they may resonate in this present moment. Maybe they're numbers you see a lot, so that means this message is meant for you. It could be that you hear these numbers here, but then you may hear that another reader or another channeler or someone else mentions those particular key code numbers later on in the day or down the road. And just know that in that now present moment, that information might be for you. Some of it, a little bit, or all of it. Just, pay your attention. So I had that experience this morning in a channel reading where there were signs and synchronicities in that channeled message that I already experienced. But then after listening to that, the next message that came up, there was reference in that message that connected to this message. Do you see? So pearls was mentioned in the first message. Pearls was mentioned in a completely different message, completely different format. So that's what I'm talking about with key codes. Okay, signs, synchronicities. You can put whatever you want in it. It is how you make of it. Just like source, creator, universe, mother, father, God, higher selves, your spirit team, your angels, your guides, your ancestors, all of it. It's all connected. We are all connected, right? And I kind of use all different verbiage in whatever feels right and in resonance for me in that now present moment. All right, so I don't stick to one thing or the other when it comes to the way I use that. So we've got some, as I said, my lights and my plants, they always have this magical light codes. So pay attention to the light codes and see what comes through. So conscious cleaning. Okay, conscious cleaning. I was just guided to talk about conscious cleaning because I did some conscious cleaning. I don't know if I meant to share that, but maybe I will at the end. We'll see. So conscious cleaning, but so I don't forget, it's tea time. So, and yes, a video will be coming about food during this time as well. So Yogi tea bags today is you can measure the love you bring to each day by joy you experience in each moment. So I'm going to read that again. Write it down, repeat it. You can measure the love you bring to each day by the joy you experience in each now. I'm going to add present moment. Your joy spark, your whatever, having a cup of tea on a cloudy fall day, sitting in your PJs, sitting in a hoodie and sweats, you could be all fancied up and, you know, do your hair and makeup and all that, okay? Whatever brings you joy. So what brought me joy today is conscious cleaning. Not that my space is really needing a lot of cleaning. I keep up on it pretty much. It's just, it is, and I don't force it. Like I said in videos in past, if my dishes need to be done and I don't feel like doing them now, I'll do them later. I'll do them when I feel like doing them. And also, this is coming through a lot of times, it's like being in that now present moment, whether you're scrubbing the floors, doing the laundry. A lot of times in the shower, be present, because your higher consciousness source is trying to communicate to you during those times, if you're not completely distracted up top, about time traveling to the past or traveling to the future. So if you clear this a bit and stay present, like with that, whatever you're doing, and not worry about what's gonna happen or what has happened, if you know what I'm saying. If that resonates, okay? So hopefully that resonates with somebody. I know this has been a huge shift in my reality in the past year for sure, and even more so consciously as this process has gone on over the last 10, 7, 5, 3 years, okay? So 10 years, 7 years, 5 years, 3 years, this year. So those numbers might be in resonance with you, so just see where maybe you can look back and say, hey, well, where was I at 10 years ago? Where was I at 7 years ago? All of those things, okay? So here's a couple, just before I get into the conscious cleaning, I'm guided again. I'll be looking down at my journal just to kind of reference things as they want to come through and give you those key codes and those signs. So like I said, when you just kind of let higher consciousness take the wheel, drive the vessel, or literally drive the vessel, the last few days I've been guided to do different things and go in different directions and go to different places. And there's a rhyme and a reason. You might not always know in that now present moment. It might come later. You might not know at all, which is fine, right? Your ego and mind don't need to figure out they don't get to know what's going on. And sorry, my hair is really just kind of, it's really dry and staticky. I just got out of the shower, so it's like, it's still wet, thank God, because it's just been so dry and staticky and just makes me crazy. All right, so I got a message this morning, because again, numbers are huge in my world. I've said this, like mathematics is all over. That's what is the universal construction, is mathematics. And so I pay attention to numbers, timestamps on texts and messages, on notifications. Not always. Again, I'm not chasing the numbers, right? The numbers just appear when they appear. And like I said, so 755 on the clock, on the timestamp. And so just doing my thing, and took the kid to school and ended up taking a whole completely different direction to the dollar store, because I needed to get wrapping paper for my grandbaby's baby girl's birthday on Saturday, which is 11/22/11/22, and put the map in, but then missed a turn or whatever. Anyways, I got my stuff and ended up getting there and was looking at the stuff and thinking, oh, well, they don't really have any bags for that I like, or the sizes, and then just kind of looking around at the wrapping paper and didn't really see anything. So I kind of hung out in that area for a little bit, and it's not a big area, and just kind of going back and forth and just thinking, oh, maybe I'll have to go somewhere else. And then all of a sudden I see a pink wrapping paper that has blue clouds, unicorns. There's a heart on the unicorn's haunch, the backside, and rainbows. So rainbows, hearts, unicorns on pink paper with blue clouds. So blue, pink, all of those signs. Those are all, one of those could be signs and synchronicities. All of them, some of them, or none of them. Okay, so I mentioned to reference that. So of course that's a win-win at chicken dinner. But again, I didn't see it right away. Right? It's like one of those things where I just paused and just thought, you just sat there for a moment and then it found me, basically. I found it found me. So on my way back home, again, kind of just going in different directions in different ways, and it doesn't matter how long it takes me to get home. I get home when I get home. I got a message from my significant partner at 8:18. And less than a mile away, less than a minute, I look up, because I went in a completely different direction. on a back of I think it's a yoga studio. There was a big, their address they had in a big circle and massive numbers that said 818. So again, you can't make this shit up. And then further down my trip back home, going in a different way, I look up and was guided to look at a street sign, and it said love. I have never seen a street sign that said love. So that was pretty amazing in my reality that I got to see a street sign that said love. Who doesn't want to live on the love street, the street that is named love? Like, come on, like, who doesn't? All right. So definitely these are some signs and synchronicities that lit me up. And then of course to share with you. And again, all the fives, transformation, which, you know, I'll see the fives, the 5-5, 5-5-5, or numbers that add up to 5, or 5s that add up to 10, which came through in a channeled message I watched this morning that I stuffed away in my folder and went to revisit when the time is right. So in that reading, I'm going to share those signs and synchronicities. So like an enchanted forest, like the fairy tale energy. Pearls came up, like I've already mentioned, pearls, rings, diamonds, diamond rings, hidden doors being revealed, unlocking clairvoyance. So some of us might be unlocking more of our clairvoyance. A golden rose, or roses in general. I see a lot of roses, like often throughout the day in all ways, shapes, and forms. And then a pocket watch. So those might be familiar. So when I heard like I said, when I heard the word golden, so when she mentioned golden rose, and as soon as I heard golden, I thought of the movie. I went back to I think it's the 1980s movie with Eddie Murphy, The Golden Child. So I wrote that down as a reference to maybe something for myself to watch, or maybe you need to go back and watch The Golden Child. I actually want to share this because this was on one of the tarot readers I follow. He had a shirt on the other that said monkey magic. I thought that was just, oh, I loved it. It just said monkey magic. I was just like, oh, that's just so funny. I love it. Monkey magic. Okay. And again, we're in the new moon portal of Scorpio, transformation, death, and rebirth. Okay. And that, I believe, if that came across the timing of the new moon, where depending where I got 1046, but it's when it's supposed to be at its peak. And so again, I don't follow the exactness of all the astrology stuff. So let me take a drink. Oh, I got to say this: 1 2 2 1, and then 1 2 2 2 on the clock. So maybe take a drink, breathe. See if this is resonating. Okay, consciously cleaning. Okay, finally got to that part in the journal, because I literally, when I was cleaning, that popped in my head. Like, again, those are downloads. And then it's like I'm cleaning, and then like some other information, so I just pause, get my journal out, and document just like those little things. So consciously cleaning. I don't know, will that resonate? It resonated with me. Maybe it'll resonate with some of you as well, in the collective, in the tribe. So consciously cleaning your space. This would, you might just find yourself having this pull or call, and that's what happened. I've had a pull and call. So yesterday I had a pull and call to go wash my car and vacuum it out. So consciously cleaning my car yesterday, clearing the space for the new to come in. But that can be referenced into anything energetically, just clearing your space and cleaning your space. So energetically cleaning it, physically, mentally, and emotionally cleaning it, because everything is consciousness. So I talk to my car. We call her Sexy Blue. Okay. In the app, that we have that's connected to your cars, and if you're a part of the divinely aligned collective, that Courtney named her car Halo. So why Sexy Blue? I don't know. That's what her name is. Her name is Sexy Blue. And yes, she is making us aware of her consciousness often, and the perfect timing. So it definitely needed to be cleaned and washed and vacuumed and all of that. Not fully detailed, but. And then today, I didn't plan on going on a bit of a conscious cleaning spree, I guess you might say. It wasn't really a spree. But in the next 2 days, today and tomorrow, my apartment complex, once a year, I think they have an annual inspection for safety and health and safety inspection, just to make sure you're not living in squalor. Basically, make sure everything's functioning, working lights, working fire alarms and things like that. So I don't plan I just really don't do that anymore. I mean, very rarely. It's like a speck in the calendar if that's the case. And so I came home and I was like, well, maybe I'll clean what I call the corners, kind of do the dusting and the things I don't do a lot of. But, you know, we're getting into the winter months. Usually I would do that around the time I get Christmas stuff out. Winter decor, I should say. Winter decor. And that's not for another couple of weeks. But again, very guided to do this morning. And again, the conscious cleaning came up somewhere during that line. I didn't note the time on that, the timestamp in the cleaning. It's not relevant. So I'm going to take another drink. So I really liked it. It was really like a nice little download. But in getting downloads while you're cleaning, because you're open, if you're not hyper focused on the past or the present, if you're not time traveling, that's, you know, time traveling forward or backwards, you're here right now. Like you're here right now, right? Are you here? Are you conscious? Are you present? If not, take a couple deep breaths. I've noticed too in rewatching my videos that I've been talking really fast and sometimes stumbling over my words. Either talking fast or just because of the retrograde. It doesn't matter. So hopefully, if my words aren't, if you're not able to keep up with the words, your soul's going to keep up with the resonance, the energy, the frequency. Okay? Because I'm not forcing a certain way, shape, or form. All right? Making room for what is coming in for you. Okay? So the next thing after conscious cleaning, consciously cleaning your space, whether that's your car, one room, all of the rooms, your bedroom, your bathroom, whatever it is. It could be your whole space. It could be just like segments of your space or just working on different segments. And then you could say, oh, I'm just going to consciously clean my kitchen today. And that's fine. That's it. Confirmation. So, and you could do that all different ways. And through this entire year with things cleansing and clearing, purging, you could just go through and get some donation stuff that you don't use. I've done this. I do it often, but definitely more consciously. Okay. And what are we making room for? We're making room for the energy to change, the frequency to change, to clear out that space energetically so you can make room for new energy, new frequencies to come in. Same thing with the physical space, right? Everything's on the physical space, clearing it out for maybe to bring in new stuff, new things on the physical realm. Spiritually, cleansing and clearing the space, which goes along with energetically. And then emotionally. Is there any emotional attachments to things in your space that you need to cleanse or clear or let go of? Okay, so that, you know, hopefully some of that is resonance in you. That's what's coming through right now. Also, at 10:22, when I looked at my clock, when I had this like just kind of a wave or just kind of a full body sigh, aha moment, it was just very soothing, calming. It's hard to put into words what happened. It's like I physically felt like things have shifted. Like I thought things felt like they'd shifted. They've been shifting a lot and very rapidly. And maybe you've been feeling that too. But while I was vacuuming my living room, I was just like, huh. It's like a, just a, and it just felt like something had shifted in that moment. I don't know what it was, but it was very soothing, very calming, and just like, all right, and just go back to it. But I paused and wrote it down because I wanted to make note of put it into words as best as I could for that sensation. So yeah, just pay attention to those key codes that'll be rattling off here. And here's another thing I'm going to bring up too, because this next page kind of reminded me of that. So I listened to a channeled message, a tarot reading, and then after that tarot reading, I just kind of have my phone sitting down, and then I have my Bluetooth speaker. I kind of haul around the house while I'm listening to things if I don't have headphones in. And I don't know, I'm just doing my stuff, and I realized, I looked down at my phone that reading was over, but all of a sudden my phone was, the Divinely Aligned Collective is going to love this one. I was in a tarot reading, right? I was nowhere near the Divinely Aligned Collective, her page at all, her YouTube page or anything. But I looked down at my phone and her page is open. Courtney's page is open. And again, nothing is a coincidence. Nothing does not happen for a reason. There was a reason for this. I thought, I will pay your attention. I was like, okay, so this page is open. This is interesting. What do I need to see here? Pay attention to. And what is even weirder is it was open to, if you go over to the live videos, so it was clicked on live for her live videos when Courtney was doing live videos at the beginning of the year. And I don't remember when Courtney and Zero came into my awareness. but sometime about mid-year probably, I would say maybe middle of this year. And the video that it was queued up to come up was the video they did for the full moon in Libra, my sign, which is Libra. It was the full pink moon in April, which is a very powerful portal for me of transformation, acceleration, and it was an activation. And she posted it on the 13th. And I was like, oh. So I clicked on it. It was like a 35 minute video. It was a live video. And I just listened to it because, again, I don't question it. Just because it was from April doesn't mean I'm not supposed to hear it. So there were some things in there. There was a little bit of a meditation at the end. So I just honored that and just listened to it and received the energy and frequency and received the words. And the interesting thing is I will never forget this portal. Okay. I'm going to share this without detail. I will never forget this April full moon portal, this April full pink moon, I don't know if I think it was super moon portal. Maybe it was. I did a sound bath with my significant partner. Crystal bowl sound bath. It was almost 2 hours. I think it was an hour and a half. I had a very profound visual meditative state. Like I can still remember without having to reference back. I'm pretty sure I wrote it down somewhere in one of my journals. What happened in that particular meditation state during that crystal bowl class or sound bath, that crystal bowl sound bath during the full pink moon, supermoon portal. What transpired between the 13th and the end of the week, I'm not going to go into details, but basically what happened is that all that activated a decision, a choice. But in that choice was activating me and also activating my other aspect. I'm just going to leave you at seeing if you can figure that out. I didn't know any of it, any of everything that was happening in that week and a half, and then what followed. I didn't understand it like I understand it now. But again, that's how higher consciousness works. That's how source works. That's how your higher self works. Things happen because you take inspired action, or you make those choices because you have a absolutely makes no sense. It sounds batshit crazy. You have no idea why you're doing it, what you're doing it, how you're doing it, what you're saying, any of it. It's until if you experience it, 2244 on the clock, 2244 on the clock. So when this opened up on my phone, again, I didn't click on it. When I went to pick up my phone, because that tarot reading had ended, this is what it was on. Divinely Aligned channel, Courtney and Zero's channel. It was clicked on the live, and the first video that was showed was the 4/13/25 post during the full pink moon in Libra. There's no coincidences, people. Okay? And that, in a sense, is making me bring up my awareness to what was going on for me in that present moment. So maybe this will resonate with you, and yes, that story will come out eventually. This is not the video, okay? So we talked about conscious cleaning, and I wanted to talk to you about there's no coincidences when it comes to signs, synchronicities, things just popping up, ads just pop. There's reasons that things look like you don't know why it just popped up like that. That right there is magic. That to me is just the universe. That's source. That's my higher self. That's magic. Even though maybe that message I wasn't really meant to hear the words in that message, but I was meant to have the frequency and energy and make that connection, that puzzle piece connection on today. So today, holy shit. Okay. I just realized that. So we're in this new moon Scorpio of death and transformation. I've had a lot of death and rebirths. I'm a shapeshifter. And that full moon and everything that's happened and all the healing and all the magic and all the messiness and all of the stuff in between. That was an activating. I've had many that was like the activating. That was the catalyst. Thank you. That was the catalyst. That was the catalyst. And now we're here in this new moon portal, this Scorpio new moon portal. Okay. Holy crap. All right. Keeping it real here, keeping it raw, keeping it authentic, unfiltered. All right. So I'm just going to write down what I did pick up in that channeled message. Acting from truth, not from trauma. So acting from your truth, even if it's uncomfortable, and don't act out of your trauma. If I were to act on a daily basis out of the trauma, just in this lifetime that I'm aware of, I'd be a completely different time and space and a different timeline than I am right now. Whoo! And being here as the seer, not the seeker. So when I was massively activated in April, and up until that point and after that point, I now can see that I was hanging out still a little bit in my spiritual ego, in learning to be the seer and not the seeker from then up until now. Be the seer and not seek. Seeking, still seeking, still seeking, still seeking. All of the what, why, where, how, what, all of that. At the end of that video, that breath work, like it just stopped. And I thought, well, it must be over. You know, I was just breathing. And so when I came out and I opened my eyes, it was 1111 on the clock. 2622 on this timer. So 2622. So 2 plus 6 is 8. Yeah, you could just play with the numbers all you want, because they're all signs, they're all synchronicities, they're all key codes or scroll codes. Like I said the other day, I'm hearing it used as scroll codes, as key codes. I really like key codes. That's why I've been using that terminology a lot more, because it's come up into my awareness. Key codes and or scroll codes, and what they're just numbers, mathematics to get your soul has coded you with. Your ego and mind don't understand it, but seeing those multiple times, or where your present moment, or to bring you back into that present moment, there's always shapes and forms that those are working in your favor. Okay. And I just have been really guided to talk about that more in my experience with it. And right now that feels like that's the end of the message. Yes. Okay. Yes. So that's, I kind of hit where I wanted to. And again, you might get another video from me today, because like I said, I've been just getting these nudges and hits. And okay, I'll mention my dream. So I had a dream a few days ago that I had mentioned in another video that was connected to my significant partner and all of that. And then the dream I had last night or early this morning was somehow connected. It was very synchronicity. There was a lot of similarities in this dream and that dream, but different players were in this dream. So I don't know if they're like parallel versions of self or selves, and just playing out or working through or whatever. So it was, and in what was fascinating is in that dream state, because I'm become more lucid dreaming. In that dream state, I recalled verbally out loud to the other characters in the dream the energies and frequencies in the dream that I was experiencing this with. I verbalized out loud recognition of the dream I had the other night, if that makes sense to anyone. So within my dream, I was conscious and verbalized the dream I had the other night, because there was similarities to that. It's fascinating stuff. Fascinating. All right, so before I go, I'm going to take a drink of my tea, and I'm going to pull some oracle cards for this new moon portal. I was guided to grab again that Moonology deck that I've been pulling from, and if I feel called to, I'll pull some tarot cards later. Oh, and you've seen me a few times, but again, maybe someone needs to see. Let me be weird in peace. So we've got frogs, blue flowers, pink flowers, oranges, blues. All of those can be signs, synchronicities, and or key codes. My beautiful daughter had gotten this for me, and I've been loving it. I haven't worn hoodies in a long time, and I've been really called to just hang out in my hoodies these past few weeks. And just like being conscious when I dress myself, what colors I'm drawn to, and different things, and all of that. So, all right, just got a notification at 2933. So, all right, let's see what we got. All right. Through divine love, divine light, divine truth, divine power, and wisdom. Source, Creator, Mother and Father, what does the collective need to hear today, see today in this new moon portal? And we're going to keep that one because it really wanted to come out. And we're going to pull just one more, okay? Again, this is for your highest and best good. Take it or leave it. Take this video or leave it. If you're still here, thank you. Love you all. Love you all. Love you all. I hope to connect to whoever is meant to connect with my energy and frequency, my real, raw, messy, authentic self. That's all we're doing here. Is anything else here? Anything else, Source? Anything else we want to share with the collective? No. Okay. I got no. I got a no when I ask the question. So push through any insecurities. So some of you might be struggling with being insecure about doing these videos, about sharing your real, raw, authentic self with the collective, with those people around you, in your family. You're afraid to be I mean, these are coming up. A lot of that insecurity stuff is, you know, this lifetime was definitely past lifetimes where we were forced to hide, forced to not be our real selves because we'd be persecuted. Hell, we'd be killed. Do you know how many times I've been chased down and hunted down and passed in previous lives for that? A lot. All right, so this is what we got here. So see if any of this is resonant. Like there's the Cancer, so water, Cancer sign. Okay, there's water in this card, stones, rocks. Just a lot of symbolism here. The color, I'm really drawn to, it's a very teal color, very teal colored. Okay, and she's under this first quarter moon in Cancer. Push through your insecurities. So someone needs to kind of push through their insecurities. And my best recommendation is either meditate on it, breathe on it. You can use some sounds, some frequencies, and whatever's kind of keeping you stuck. Just use that intention, that breath. Inhale, expand, open, release, surrender, and then exhale those insecurities. Whatever that is, whether that's lack, whether you're worried about whatever it is, push through your insecurities because I promise you it gets better. It does. It really, really does. It really, really does. No, we're not going to read from the book today. So I'm going to pull from my Earth Magic. Earth Magic. So this is the one I told you about, the purification, the rain card. So I am going to see what we have. This is like one of my very first Oracle decks. For the longest time, I just had it sitting up on my bar where I keep a lot of my trinkets and all that from outside, inside, all my collections from travels and things like rocks and stones and feathers. And then in the spring, like I said, when I did a little bit of a rearrangement, just setting things, moving things around, I pulled it out and it was one of the first Oracle cards. Like I've had it for years, but I've never really used it. All right, what does the collective need to see, Source? Universe, Mother and Father, what needs to see this today in this new moon portal? What do we have here? What do we have here? And these usually just pop out too. Hopefully you're all having a beautiful day so far. 3307 on the clock. Those sevens are everywhere too. All right, do we have anything? All right. Oh, we've got two, so we're gonna take two. Anyone seeing rainbows? If you haven't seen your rainbows yet today, we've got a rainbow here for you. Blessings and breach. And I am called to read out of this particular book. And then I'll let you go. All right. All right, so blessings. Here's the card. These are quite shiny, so they reflect a lot. Rainbows, blessings. All right, that was the first one I saw, so rainbow. It's funny that came out. Let's get my handy-dandy seeing eyes. All right, a rainbow. A rainbow is created by the collaboration of sunlight and water in the atmosphere. We're all here to co-create, and everything around us, just like nature, collaborates. The water droplets become tiny prisms and collectively diffuse and disperse light into a ribbon of colors. That is the essence of every hue we're capable of perceiving on this planet. Rainbows symbolize many things. There's no coincidence that this came out today, including good luck, a bridge to heaven, and abundance. It is difficult for any of us to ignore the majesty of a rainbow and the gentle power inherent in its display. It is such a simple blending of the elements coming together in a perfect visual harmony to create one of the most beautiful sights in all of creation. Although there are diverse meanings attributed to the sight of a rainbow, a common thread is that it offers blessings. Fact. The artist of this imagery created this rainbow to commemorate a friend who had just died. So maybe someone lost somebody close to them recently, and that's why you're seeing this. All right? She worked on it whenever she felt her love and appreciation for her friend, the blessings he brought to the world and her life, often after a spell of tearful grief. So somebody needed to hear that today. So blessings to you. And condolences if you've lost someone close to you recently. And just remember, death is an illusion. It's just consciousness transforming into something different. The next one is whale. So whales have been coming up. Whale frequency, whale energy. Right before this, activations with JJ. Check her channel. She's a lot of light language and all sorts of great stuff. Check her out. What came up before I popped on this video was connecting with the whale energy or whale frequency. I don't remember what the name of the YouTube video is. I haven't checked it out yet, but whales have come up as well. And this is breach. So we'll read what that says here in just a second. Breach. So maybe somebody, that's going to be a sign in synchronicity on just in itself as the whales, the whale frequency, the whale energy. Lumerian. Thank you, Spirit. Atlantean, Lumerian, they're frequency holders. Let's go to the back of the book, not the front of the book. So whale, breach. This powerful creature of the ocean takes a few great sweeps with its fins and propels itself briefly out of waters where it spends the majority of its life. He's taking a break from the ordinary earth element in which he leaves to exist even for a few moments in the realm of the blue skies. The sun, having broken through the skin of the ocean in a magnificent display of fullness and strength. All baleen whales breach, but none more spectacularly than the humpbacks. Considered to the acrobatics of his family, they arch, they stretch, they twist their bodies, even as they approach the surface of the water, in what may be an ancient mating ritual, an ancient mating ritual, a form of communication, or even a way to remove parasites. In this image, the humpback whale that has burst out of the ocean expresses almost a palpable feeling of release and joy. There's our joy word again. Often, when we manage to change our environment, to break through illusionary blockages, we experience an intense feeling of relief and can let go of any previously held fears and assumptions of what would happen once we did overcome that barrier. Whether it's material, emotional, mental, or spiritual, simply getting away from the trace of technology for a few hours and spending time in nature is a breach from the trappings of civilization that can suffocate us and prevent us from connecting to Earth. Well, that was beautiful. And again, I don't usually read the words a lot, so I was very called to, but some of you may need to go outside and ground yourself, get into nature. Ground by taking an Epsom salt bath, bringing more nature in your home. Plants, rocks, stones, feathers, leaves, crystals. I've got the frequency device going that was gifted to me at the Schumann resonance, which is 7.83. So I've tried other frequencies, but that's the only one that seems in resonance right now. Okay, so that might be relevant to some of you, or all of you, or none of you. So on that note, I hope you guys all have a beautiful, beautiful day. Enjoy this beautiful wave, this ride. And just understand, no matter what peak you're at, that it's all good. It's all exactly the way it's supposed to. All right, it's happening and unfolding and flowing exactly as it's meant to be and supposed to be in this now present moment. Okay, so maybe some of you need to hear about being, again, just going back to being in this now present moment as much as possible, finding your joy spark in vacuuming your floors, in scrubbing the walls, into dusting the corners and all of that. Okay, conscious cleaning, and that can reach across many outside of your physical space. Conscious cleaning. Okay, conscious cleaning. Love you guys. You have a beautiful day. Bye.